Welcome back to my fortress of sawdust and resin spaghetti. Now, last week's video seemed to go down really well, and in all honesty, we all love a few good woodworking tips and tricks. So this week I thought we'd do 5 more. Now, you may know them, you may not know them, but they will all help you in the wood shop or out on the job site. So let's crack on, should we? You have a piece of wood. You have a panel pin that you need to put into it, but the panel pin is so small that if you try to put it in, you're going to clout your thumb. So how do you get it in? Like this. We get a piece of cardboard, we put the nail through the cardboard, and then we can hit the nail in. There you go. Alternatively, you can get some long nose pliers, put the nail in, and then start it off. There you go. 2 easy methods of getting tiny nails in without smashing your thumbs. One of the first things that you will learn when you become a carpenter is how to draw a straight line without a rule. Now, what we do is we'll mark on this piece of wood 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So there we are, we have 1/2 inch, 1 inch. The way we transfer that line is we'll put our pencil on that mark, we'll put this finger against that piece of wood, against the side. This finger will support the pencil and lock against this finger. And then what you do, once you're locked, you just draw your line, like that. Same as with 1 inch. You put your pencil on the mark, you lock your finger, and you draw your line. And there you go. Let's check it, see if we've got it. We know that that's 1/2 inch and 1 inch. At this end, we are 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So, easy. And like I said, that's one of the first things that you will learn as a carpenter. Now, if you're making a cut down a board, you will find that sometimes the tension in the wood will nip the saw, and it makes it very, very difficult to continue the cut. There are 3 things you can do to alleviate that. 1, you can take your saw and you can use a candle and just wipe it on the blade. That will lubricate it, and hopefully you'll manage to continue your cut. Alternatively, you can use paste wax, and you can take a little bit of paste and just wipe it on the blade. Now, if neither of those work, you can use a series of wedges and wedge the cut open, and that will help you to continue cutting down the board. Now, if you work predominantly with resin, you will know the joys of a clogged up sanding belt. Now, you would think once it gets clogged up, that's the end of it, just throw it away. But what you need is one of these. This is just basically a big eraser, but it's specially formulated to clean all the crap out of that belt, like this. There we go, 99% of it off. Now, the good thing about this is not only will it work on your belt sander, but it'll also work on your oscillating spindle sander and your bolt sander. Now, a lot of people will buy themselves an extension lead for the workshop, and it has lugs on the back to mount it on a wall or the side of a bench or wherever else. Now, a lot of these these days come with a paper template to show you the screw location, so you don't have to worry about trying to figure it out. But if you don't have a paper template, this is what you do. You take a length of tape, you put it on the back, and with your pencil you mark where the centers go. Or you could simply find the center and make a little hole. You then put your tape on where you want to mount your extension lead. Make sure that it is level. Then you take your screws and you put them in. And you mount your extension lead like that. Now, I've worked with wood since the world was in black and white, and I was recently talking to somebody who had one of these squares. They'd had it for about 8 or 9 years, and they didn't realize that in the bottom there was a steel marking needle that you use for scribing down the edge. Now, that may not be a tip, but if anybody is out there who didn't realize that there was actually a marker in the bottom of this, now you do. Now, I don't want to get in the habit of talking about subscriptions. I don't want to be that guy, but this once, if you do find these videos useful and helpful, then please consider subscribing, because it's free and you can always change your mind down the line. End of. So there you go. 5 more tips for your workshop, your workplace, your home, wherever. Anyway, I hope you found them useful, and I'll see you again next time. See you later.